There is a chapter that is on the horizon where you withdraw yourself from every distraction in the season of my life. It's God, me, and goals. At this juncture, nothing else matters. I gotta disappear. I got work to do. As you step into this chapter alone, my question to you is, who will you be when you come out? And what will you give back to the world?
One of the questions you need to ask yourself is, who and what has your attention? Because not everything in your life is bringing you something. Some things take from you. You have programmed yourself for entertainment and things that are pulling you away from destiny, pulling you away from purpose. And I'm just wondering if you are willing, if you are courageous enough, if you have the faith, if you're bold enough to sit down for 30 days and write down what it is that's killing you. What if you could just shut out every distraction? What if you could just shut out the world for just a season and focus on you? Is there anybody here that's willing to disappear? Can you hide yourself in the library? Can you hide yourself in the gym? Can you hide yourself in the boardroom and plan and caucus and do what is required behind the scenes in order to manifest the moment? Nobody wants to disappear for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months and get into a place where you can focus on just you. We celebrate athletes and we celebrate critical thinkers and innovators and actors, and we praise them and coin them our heroes. We love what they do in public, but you don't know the story behind the glory. You don't know the blood, the sweat. You didn't see the tears that they cried, the prayers that they prayed to get where they are. I'm just wondering if there's anybody here that is willing to go through the process in the dark room that prepares us and equips us for the stages of destiny. The world is waiting for you to manifest. I'm talking to that man, that woman, that boy, that girl that doesn't have a problem laying in obscurity, because you know that when you come out of the dark room, all eyes on you. You have to disappear and put the work in and come back and shock everybody that doubted you. What if I told you that what tried to break you trained you? What tried to delay you disciplined you? And even the isolation that you've been navigating has sharpened you. What if I told you that you are not late, you are loaded with potential? Could it be possible that average convinces us that survival is success? How is it that we've gotten to the place where we normalize being tired, being defeated, being active, but not accomplishing anything? Average is the enemy of dominion. You cannot rule what you refuse to master. Average people avoid mastery. Average numbs your hunger while stealing your assignment. Average brings us into prisons and pits and caves where we lose our desperation, where we are no longer hungry for a quality of life. This is not your end. This is your deployment. This is not a motivational speech. This is a summons. You are commissioned. This is not inspiration. This is instruction. No more rehearsals, no more almost, no more one day. I move when God says move. I strike when the window opens. I obey without negotiation. I finish what I start. You did not survive to just tell a story. You survived to execute your assignment. Get up and evaluate. Get up and be grateful that you are still alive. Even if it feels as though you have lost everything, you still have your faith. So focus, focus, focus. Let faith be stirred and focus. Because history does not remember the distracted, it remembers the devoted. You cried and suffered long enough from scattered focus, from borrowed dreams, from noise that promised comfort but stole your calling. Enough tears have fallen on confusion. Now is the time to weep and work. You may be hurting, but work. You may be bleeding, but build. You may be tired, but get up. It's time to labor with vision and build with conviction to give birth to something that will still speak when the dust has settled over your bones. Greatness is not loud at the beginning. Sometimes greatness is quiet, lonely, and it will demand separation from everything that attempts to knock you off course. Greatness demands discipline. Average negotiates them away. Average attracts applause from people who settled. They will clap for you, not because you are great, but because you make them comfortable. Your life, your endeavors, your assignment, your anointing, if you actually walk in it, should make somebody uncomfortable. A lot of you listening to me were born into bloodlines that have suffered through generational captivity. You start and you don't finish. You get an idea and it stays in the journal. You did not fail and you're not finished. You did not come this far. You did not sweat that hard. You did not bleed and grind and hustle and pray and fast and hope for your heart to stop beating here. I need you to declare this with me. I refuse to die with instructions still inside of me. I refuse to meet God with unused faith. I refuse to explain why I played so small when I was trained for war. I was trained to fulfill my destiny. Everything you survived was for this hour, and so there's no more catching up. You're stepping in. And this is not the season of preparation. No, this is the season of execution. It is now, not when it's comfortable. It is now, not when it is applauded. The time is now, because your moment, your opportunity, the open window, this cannot be rescheduled. It is now or never. And I don't do never. This is the hour to shut the door on all trivial pursuits and concentrate your strength to one assignment. Do you want an ordinary life or do you want an exceptional one? A life full of faith, fire, fulfillment, significance, passion, and purpose. I don't know about you, but I would rather be a master of one thing, exceptional with one idea, that I stayed the course, that I remained faithful, than to be notorious for starting something and not finishing. There are destinies attached to the decisions that you make. Your family, your community, your country, your people, generations are waiting on the discipline you keep postponing. The future is listening for a voice that refuses to be average. Decide now that you will be exceptional, that you will lead a life that is absolutely extraordinary. You've got rooms to walk in, tables to sit at, families to impact, generational captivity to break. But you gotta believe, because consequences come when we remain comfortable. You think you came this far to be average, to be ordinary? All of the times the enemy underestimated you? After everything you've been through, you're gonna settle for average. I am not forgotten. I am not disqualified. And I am not finished. I am aligned. I am authorized. I am appointed. I am awake. Each tear that I have cried has been the tuition that I must pay to fulfill my destiny. I did not come this far to almost obey, to almost figure it out, to almost finish. I did not come this far to just understand. I did not come this far to just take notes at a conference and not fulfill what it is that God put me on this planet to do. This is not your end. This is your deployment. You're not finished. I'm not asking if this is my time. I am declaring it. I know it hurts. I know you're bleeding. I know this pain feels like a barrier and you're broken and you feel like you can't keep going. I know what that feels like. I know precisely what that feels like. I got one question for you. How tired are you of where you are right now? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? Who are you willing to let go to get where it is that you want to be? Here is my question. Can you learn how to say no to what's hurting you? No to what's stopping you? No to what's hindering you? No to the people that don't believe in you? The biggest problem that you have had it's not that you don't have resources. It's not that you don't have supporters. It's not that somebody doesn't believe in you. It's that you have not believed in you. Get your head in the game. Every time you made a change, you got hurt. And so this is why when you hear the word change, there is a mental block. You cannot change because you have equated change with pain. Every time you have changed, you feel pain. But I want to help you see change differently today. Even though in your childhood you were traumatized because of change, and you are wrapped in the notion, hypnotized by the pain of change. Your history is not your destiny. Change is an invitation to the future. If I can change, I can have my future. I see that if I don't change, there is a generation of people who are going to be stuck in the same place. Change is inevitable. And you are either changing for the worse or changing for the better. You decide. I don't know who you are, where you're from, but there's more in you. You may be hurting. You may be dying on the inside, but you still got life left. You listening to me? You watching this video? Millions of speeches online, and you are here with me for such a time as this. Destiny is calling. Talent does not win championships. Work ethic does. See, the problem with many of us, we listen to those who work, we watch those who work, we're motivated by those who work, but we never put in the work. We hear these speeches all the time and we listen to them, but we get fired up, but then there's no application. And this is why I'm telling you now, write what resonates. Write it down and read it every day. There is power in repetition. I want you to write it down and read it every day until that dream, that vision, that idea, that theory becomes your reality. There is a bridge from what you see in your head to what you hold in your hand. And that bridge is called discipline. Number one, you're gonna have to discover or define in your head what success looks like for you. Because success is not completely wrapped up in what your mom thinks or what your dad thinks or what anybody else thinks. So you need to get crystal clear on what that looks like for you. What do you believe you are destined to become? What do you believe you are destined to do? What does it look like for you? Because it may not look like it did for your sister, your brother, your mom, your auntie, your uncle. Some of us don't have a defined purpose. Define it. Once we're crystal clear on that, we gotta get dedicated. Discipline is found in our daily routine, our daily rituals. When you are disciplined, how you do anything is how you do everything, and everything you do, you show up at 1,000%. Everything you do, you execute with a spirit of excellence. They say that discipline is doing what you hate like you love it. Once you've unlocked those daily routines, those daily rituals that you stay committed to, the game's gonna change. We talk about perseverance, we're talking about pressing and pushing towards something despite the doubters, despite the naysayers. This is somebody who perseveres to achieve what it is that they see in their head. This is the year I come back unrecognizable. This is the year where everything changes. I want to thank everybody in this moment, genuinely from my heart. Thank you for doubting me. Thank you for trying to cancel me. Thank you for trying to puncture my progress and praying and hoping that I would drown in warfare. Thank you for thinking that you counseled me. Thank you for doubting me. I'm so grateful that you thought the season was over. I'm so grateful that you thought that I would never be relevant again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a seat at the table that the Lord has prepared. Let us dine at the table of the resurrection. Let every circumstance that mocked you hear this declaration. Let every memory of failure be confronted by this truth. Let every demon in hell that mocked you hear this declaration. I'm coming back. I got resurrection power in my DNA. What God is resurrecting in me is bigger than the people that tried to bury me, bigger than the pressure that life applied to me. This is the year that my eyes will see what my faith has been fighting for. And by the end of this year, you won't recognize me. You will not understand me. You will not be able to explain what God did for me and through me. You are not here to blend in, to live in obscurity. You are here to leave a mark. I want to challenge you to step across your own invisible line, to do the thing you've postponed, to make the change that you have avoided. Because the future doesn't belong to the hesitant, to the passive, to the cautious. The plan, the vision, the aim, my target is not to live a life half speed. I was built to challenge limitations, to redefine expectations, to tear down the walls of Jericho that surrounded me. Because God did not put this power in me to buckle under pressure. You got resurrection in your DNA. If you are breathing, there's always another round. So get up. There will be seasons where you will walk alone, but the isolation will not kill you. You'll come out of that season with an anointing, with instructions, with a vision to execute. Be the person that goes too far, that does too much. But people say, that man is crazy. And you will respond, I'm not crazy, I'm just called. When you stretch beyond what you think is possible, you discover what actually is. And that discovery only comes when you are willing to take the risk of going too far. And when you live by that, you will rewire your mind and rewrite the limits that everyone else accepts. Let them warn you. Let them question you. Let them laugh at you. Let them ask you, are you sure it's possible? Are you sure you're the one? When people ask you, what's your plans for this year? What's your plans in this season? What are you going to accomplish over the next 90 days, 6 months, 2 years? You tell them, resurrection. The future belongs to those who, when the world thinks you're crazy, you just tell them, I'm not crazy, I'm called, and I refuse to let anybody take my crown. You want to know what my plan is? It's to come back for everything. Resurrection is my plan. My plan is not to stay dead. My plan is not to stay down. My plan is not to remain immobilized, stuck in obscurity and indecision and oppression and insecurity. I'm just looking for some people that no longer want to date the idea that it's possible, but they will marry the reality that they were born to do something. You are not here to blend in, to live in obscurity. You got walls to shout down. You got rooms to step through, bloodlines to change, lives to impact. You were not born to just exist. This is the year where the world will know your name. This is the year of change. This is the year of a divine interruption. This is the year where God's intention and God's will for your life is executed. Your plans, what you thought was possible, everything is about to be rewritten and redefined in your heart by the grace of God. Remember this, there will be seasons where you lose strength, but your weakness is not the end. The weakness that you feel, it is training. It is a calling to go deeper. You're not canceled. You're not irrelevant. You are necessary. Your industry is not saturated. There's only one you. There will never be another you. You are an unrepeatable miracle. Nobody has your fingerprint. Nobody has your story. They did not understand your struggle, and they won't believe your comeback. Even if you're impacting the life of one, make an impact and leave a mark. Make this the year that they remember your name. And I'm not just talking about some idea of going viral. Your world is your brother. Your world is your sister. There is a world within. Will you see the greatest version of yourself? The you that God intended for you to be before the foundations of the earth were laid. Who did God intend for you to be? Are you living out that purpose? Are you taking dominion? Are you taking authority? Are you walking in power? Your world is your coworker. Your world is your neighbor. Your world is your city, your state. Are you leaving a mark? Because for far too long, life has tried to silence you. Situations tried to bury you. Storms tried to distract you. This is the year where you actually outgrow the people that used you. So lift your head, square your shoulders, activate your spirit. This is your moment. I'm coming back wiser. I'm coming back stronger. I'm coming back bolder. I'm coming back with authority. I'm coming back with heaven's backing. This is my year of change. The old me dies. The real me emerges. I'm no longer surviving. I am dominating. This is the year where everything changes. You're not just returning, you're rising. You're not just coming back, you're coming back different. You're coming back with evidence. You're coming back with fire. You're coming back with proof that the hand of God is on your life. When everybody doubted you, when everybody said you were done, you were finished, you were washed up, that you're all out of ideas and innovation. When destiny calls, excuses die. When purpose rises, fears retire. When identity awakens, limitations collapse. This is not the year where you negotiate yourself out of greatness. This is the year where you no longer bow down to insecurity, anxiety, and defeat. I'm coming back wiser. I'm coming back stronger. I'm coming back bolder. I'm coming back with authority. I'm coming back with heaven's backing. This is my year of change. So lift your head, square your shoulders, activate your spirit. This is your moment. I'm coming back.
If you're like most people, you've come to the end of yourself. You're watching this video right now.
Out of over 100 billion pieces of content you're listening to me at this appointed time in your life.
This moment is your path to clarity. This speech is a catalyst for alignment and transformation.
Let this be the last talk, the last moment that you need to change everything in your life.
It's your turn, your time. It's time to upgrade your operating system. And when you come to your breaking point, when you decide to get committed and devoted and you are determined that nothing will separate you from the destiny that you've been called to fulfill.
Everything is about to come alive in your life every day. Approximately 150,000 people pass away. I don't mean to sound morbid, but I'm just being honest. They die. Let that statistic not only sink in, but serve as an underscore of the urgency of our existence and the fleeting nature of life. Let that be a reminder of your mortality.
At the end of our lives, we will ask ourselves, did we live? Did we love? Did we matter? Did we fulfill our destiny? Time is running out. Your days are numbered. It's time for your effort to become focused and effective.
But let me be clear about one thing. Your life will remain unchanged until you are willing to identify what is wrong with it and accept the responsibility to change it. If you wake up and do not like the life that you see, and don't believe you are in alignment with God's purposes and plans for your life, the question is, how did I get here? We are all running a program. Some of us have been running the program of fear, scarcity, lack, doubt. Everything that's good sounds like a scam, that I'm supposed to be poor and broken and betrayed and tired and weary. That's the program that you run. That you have to be an employee for the rest of your life. That's a program.
The program you've been running has gotten you as far as you're gonna get. And if you don't upgrade, nothing is going to change.
Everything starts with a decision. Here is what we've got to come to grips with. Your time is limited. Your days are numbered. And you're moving so fast, wrapped in the swirl of busyness, distraction, and noise that you probably don't stop and think you are still here. It has been divinely orchestrated that you would hear me at this point in your life. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that the hand of God is on your life. I am proud of you. I'm proud that you're still listening to something that's life-giving, that would spark the ember of change in your heart. I'm proud of you. You made it this far out of every betrayal. You've been lied to. You've been stabbed in the back. You've gone through betrayal. You've gone through suffering and affliction. Some of you were left for dead, abandoned by people you thought would walk with you through this life. And they left you, and you're still here. You've been undervalued and overlooked and underpaid, and you're still here. And that counts for something.
It is in the who you are becoming that matters more than what you are achieving. Legends understand the beauty and the brilliance of the process. They have a growth mindset. They know what to do, when to do it, and why they're doing it. And they've developed the daily habits that align with the outcomes that they believe they've been destined to have.
And I can tell you that your life is a direct printout of your perspectives, your beliefs, your values. This is where our mindset, our beliefs, our thought, our patterns live in the mental layer, inside. And this is what determines my actions. What was passed down to us environmentally, generationally. This is the program we're running. It's all tethered to a belief system. Let me be clear. I don't think that something's wrong with you. It's not that you're a bad person. It's what's the program you are running? Can we start with the reality that most people think that this thing is about working harder and hustling and grinding and cold plunging at 3 a.m. You can cold plunge all you want. You can consistently do the wrong thing. If you're not seeing results in any area of your life, and you might be abundant in one, but totally living in lack and scarcity in another. It's because something in your program is not aligned with the plans and purposes of God for your life. This program that you've been running in your mind, it determines your decisions, your actions, your relationships, your finances, even your health. So here's what most people do. They try to work harder in the tangible realm. They think if they wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have this nobody's gonna outwork me mentality, and I'm gonna sacrifice, and I'm gonna hustle, and I'm gonna grind, but it doesn't matter how tall the ladder is that you're climbing. If your ladder's up against the wrong building, everything you are doing is in vain. So we think if we grind and if we push ourselves, thinking that effort alone is the answer, but effort without alignment is a waste of energy. It's like trying to build a house without any plans. You can spend a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money, but you're not gonna get anywhere without the plans, without pouring the concrete, without laying the foundation, without understanding why you do what you do. If all you're doing is cold plunging at 3 o'clock in the morning, lifting weights, and making it all physical, then you are leaving massive potential on the table. It's in the physical realm where action happens, where effort meets results. But if my mental program is not aligned with the purposes and plans for my life, then effort will only take me so far. This is where we find ourselves wrapped in artificial significance I like to call busyness, where we consistently feel like we are spinning our wheels, we're working harder without making any real progress. Everybody wants the exterior first. You want new zip codes and new area codes. But transcendence is an inside job. Everything starts internally. If you keep making this thing about the tangible realm, the physical, what you see, and not your inner man, what's happening in your mind, then you're gonna miss the mark. And this is where we realize our potential and we identify where we are sabotaging ourselves. It's time for you to get out of your own way and cancel your subscription to self-sabotage now. We need an upgrade. We need an alignment. We need our thoughts, our ideas, our values, our perspectives to align with the purposes of God for our life. We need more alignment, not effort. It's not about who can hustle or grind. Give me somebody who's hustling. Give me somebody who's grinding and fighting tooth and nail. And I will show you somebody who is aligned. Because alignment replaces effort. Because our actions are aligned with our deepest intentions. And when I am aligned, the results that I'm looking for come exponentially faster. This is where success and accomplishment feels effortless. That version of you is going to get that life that you dream of. It's your turn, your time,